What's good, guys? Welcome to another episode of the MFPodcast. My guest today is David Inson. He is a local videographer. He has been a local artist. He's got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and he's graced us today by, coming in and having a chat with us about just a few things that's going on at the moment. And yeah, let's get into it. David,
Yeah.
how you doing, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Good. Little bit under the weather today, but I'm good. Good to go.
Yeah,
I'm on green light all the time, me.
it's not to do with the weather or the season why you're under the weather, is it? No.
Just basic. Basically, obviously, we didn't really want to cover this straight away, guys. Like straight into the health.
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
Formless.
yeah.
But basically, I've got like gastritis problems and problems with my stomach and my esophagus, reflux problems and stuff,
Mate,
and it
straight off
brings
the bat.
nausea and stuff. So today, out of all the days, I've got it really bad.
Yeah.
And I've got this thing in my throat called globus sensation, which is like, it feels like a lump in my throat. So I'm sat here like consistently feeling sick.
So we should expect
So
you
obviously
to,
it's a little bit nervous as well, because obviously we're back for podcasts and all of this. Like, but you know what I mean?
No, I do apologize for that. Obviously, anyone who's been paying attention, obviously David was gonna be one of my guests for my third episode, and this is gonna be the third episode. So I haven't missed anyone out, but I made the mistake of recording the audio last time on one track. So this time I've covered for my mistakes. Obviously, there's been a bit of a change around in terms of the setting.
Yeah, it looks banging now.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, it costs a lot.
That's the problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, let's jump straight into asking you some questions then, if you're happy with that, mate.
Yeah.
So
hit me with it.
absolutely, yeah. So last time I interviewed you, right, the interview lasted well over an hour. It was a good long interview. We're gonna try and keep this one a bit short and sweet. So.
Okay.
The history that I remember you telling me of Formless.
Yeah.
So you started off as a musician. You had that interest in music.
Yeah.
You made a few songs. And then you started eventually branching off into different things. Eventually landing on videos and media.
Yeah.
Do you want to fluff it out a bit more?
Well, basically, always had love for music. Was always brought up by music. My father was in, like, as far as I know, he was in like bands and stuff, and he was into like his rock and roll and things like that. Growing up, punk, he was a punk like my dad. Then my mum, she's just into all mad genres. Like, and as I started getting older, like my mum would be sat there banging out Wiley and Dizzy Rascal and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's where my urban culture was born. Okay. Obviously, born and bred Newportonian.
Yeah,
right?
Man. Yeah.
So you know what it's like in Newport. Everyone loves a bit of their urban music, like. So, basically, I started to get older. I was watching, like, Sidewinder packs and things like that, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. And people in my area where I was living in my ends at the time, they were all like, it was something, they didn't take the mick, but, because at the time, it was, like, the Pill Boys and stuff like that. They were all, like, popping and stuff.
Okay.
And then, like, little me comes on the block, writing lyrics, this and the other. So I start to do a little thing, like, writing my lyrics and all.
We're talking about
Devious,
2010s-ish.
It's got probably over 10 years now.
Yeah,
must be over 10 years.
Yeah.
But, well, with that, I just started writing lyrics and stuff, freestyling, started getting better and better. Started to find people who were into the same thing as me and who done the same thing as me, so we were just like having clashes, and it was like all clashes happening, going back then to like the times of like Smokey's TV, and God bless his soul, rest in peace to Smokey.
Man, yeah.
And people like that were actually gave me inspiration to become the artist I was later on in life. People like Merkage, and big ups to Merkage as well. People like Merkage, Fernquest, them type of elements of the Newport artist was inspiration to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I started to do what I was doing. Things started to grow. I went on to Newport Radio with Striblo. She used to run Newport Radio.
Oh, right. Yeah. I just down the road.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, I was a sufferer, still do a little bit of anxiety, but I used to have really bad anxiety and stuff. And like, I couldn't really face a lot of the things that were put in front of me. So you know, I managed to buck the courage. I went and done my little performance on Newport Radio. You know, I met Smokey. I'd done a freestyle for Smokey and stuff. You know, I'd done little things, you know, when we were clashing underneath like the subways by my mum's. I was used to the elements by this. So I was happy to do it.
Yeah,
But then I started to get invites then to start going to performing like like not so much nightclubs, but pubs, sort of nightclub type stuff.
interesting, man.
And with my anxiety, I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Okay.
And so I ended up falling off anyway. I fell off as an artist. My friend actually introduced me to Fruity Loops. So so it's always been music orientated. So like my passion has always been music orientated.
Yeah.
And because then I could produce music and produce beats in my home, I was like, what? You know, this like I was quite a bit of a hermit.
I'm gonna be a
like, do you know what I mean?
millionaire.
Yeah, just wouldn't go out, do you know what I mean? So yeah, hermit, that's the word, not hermit, but yeah, hermit. So I would always stay in, right? And started to produce beats and all. My mate was like, did you produce that? I was like, yeah. He's
Oh,
like,
that's
he
right.
couldn't believe it. Like, that I was just like natural with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we try and keep this short and sweet because I am going on a bit now, right? But anyway, I produced them for a couple of years and then I fell off again because I started to get into work and I started to go out to work.
That's it.
You
Yeah.
know, that type of stuff was taking over. Growing up, basically, you know, I was independent. I had to do this and
more
that.
of an adult.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Course,
So I had these things to do, like, you know. So I went and done all that. And, you know, years later then, I don't know where they come from, but then I was actually doing deliveries just on the amp post I was for Chili's Indian Takeaway.
Okay.
Excuse me. See, I got my bad gastritis today.
Take your time,
So,
mate. Take your time.
yeah, I'm okay. It's just obviously yearly I'm going to get gas. This is a pain in the backside, like. But,
is he just talking about food? Like, can you talk about food in it?
yeah, no, I can talk about things. You know, it's not that. It's just this day.
Yeah.
It's just there, like, you know what I mean? But,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, you know, obviously, was working up here and I was bored. I was sat outside. When it was quiet night, we weren't having lots of deliveries and stuff. I started writing lyrics again.
Yeah.
You know, and then I started writing stuff. I was putting it out there and I was getting good feedback. People were like, yeah, like, you know, and they were rating what I was doing. And then it just grew from there then. I managed to get back into producing again.
Yeah.
So I've been producing beats again behind the scenes as well. And then I hit up a videographer, I asked him for like a price for videos. And I was like, God, that's expensive. Like for the position that I was in.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't earning a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, I had a delivery job. You know, it wasn't paying massive amounts of money, you know.
I don't think there's many jobs in the area that pay massive amounts of money, to be honest. So I think your story right there, the fact that, you know, that was what you had and it wasn't enough. I think there's so many people that can relate to that, man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Well,
so
that's
many
it.
artists.
It's a struggle out there, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see a lot of people taking the wrong routes in life and stuff because they want things that it's just so difficult to get with the educational backgrounds that these people have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think they're drawn into this life for those reasons.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously, yeah, you know, like I said, I was producing behind the scenes and stuff, you know, and started to grow from there. I hit up a videographer, he gave me a price, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look how much it is for a camera. So I bought a camera. I didn't have an absolute clue about it, right? I knew how to turn it on. I didn't know what any of the settings were. I turned the camera on, right? And where it was in manual settings, right?
Yeah.
Said to my mate, I was like, bro, it's like it don't work.
I can't see nothing.
It don't work because it was all blacked out. You could see like a shadow outline or whatever of like wherever we were. So what's going on here? So I started fiddling with the settings. I put it on auto, and then everything just went woof. Everything was just auto exposed. Like I was like, oh, it works. Let's film this video. So my mate, we went and filmed like a freestyle video.
Yeah.
Just put it together. Didn't know how to color grade. Didn't know how to do anything. Literally, I wasn't really familiar with like softwares and stuff. You know, I just edited it on, I can't even remember what now, but we just slapped it together. It was something, put it out there. That was how the journey started, like, you know. And as I progressed then, you know, I kept doing what I was doing. And then I actually had people coming up to me and they were asking me for a video and they were going to pay me 150 quid for it.
Yeah,
so I was like,
man,
take
yeah.
that off you?
Yeah.
No, he said, it was a boy from a Valleys. I can't remember the artist's name now because he's not. Yeah, I haven't seen him drop anything since we've done that first video.
Right,
I think
okay.
AJ Gringo, I think it's something like that. It was the artist's name, actually.
All right, okay.
So he hit me. I was like, oh, I don't want this 150 quid. No, please take it, man. Rate while you're doing this and the other. So I done a video for him, and when that money got put into my hand, I was like, you know what, this could be something.
Yeah.
This could be the start of something now,
You
and
s-
I
you s- you
enjoyed
s-
it
you
as
saw
well.
you saw a job in it. You saw a career
I
in it,
seen a
or
career in it. I seen a career in it. Now, me, it's took me a very, very long time to believe in myself. You
okay.
know, obviously, I've only been really doing it as a job professionally for like a year, 2 years now, something like in between that. I think, yeah,
It's been a while,
right.
man. Like, I was going through I was
So
going through
yeah,
some of
but
your videos
obvious,
earlier
like
years
all
back,
the
man.
previous stuff I'd done before that, I wasn't paid. Like I wasn't getting paid for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the boy who paid me that, like he paid me that, but then I was like, I was doing things for other people to build a portfolio, but in myself to get experience.
Yeah.
So I wasn't actually charging this that, and the other. It was only when I got incorporated with Trinity Records and stuff like that, the ball started rolling a little bit more, like, you know what I mean? Because I was incorporated with Trinity Records, look.
Was that 2000,
Oh, I can't remember the year now.
2016?
Something like that. But, obviously that's where I started. Like, obviously, we ended up getting a 4K camera because I never had any 4K equipment. I was using a 1080p bloody Canon camera,
Mm.
And, like, to me, back then, the quality was okay.
Yeah,
But then even where I'm
yeah,
at
yeah,
now, like,
yeah.
from there to now, where I'm at now, even my camera isn't good enough quality for my eyes.
I know, yeah, man.
Everyone says, "Oh, your quality's 10, 10, it's banging."
Yeah,
But for
yeah.
me, I know, because I study this stuff, I
Yeah.
know the potential of quality that I
That's
could be
it. Yeah,
getting.
yeah.
But it's all about funding. It's all about money,
Yeah,
money,
man.
money. And I'll be real, man. I can't afford to go purchasing like a 10K camera.
I know.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've just had a hit back now with like my vehicle and stuff like that. I've got 5 kids. Christmas round the corner, and I tell you what, it's like Santa's grotto in my house every year at Christmas. If you know, right, about me at Christmas, my whole living room, you
Do
cannot
it
fit a pin
properly.
between it.
Yeah.
Like, it's that bad.
Do you have you got plans for growth with your video business? Like, do you
Yes,
see where the money can come in from? And
yes,
yeah,
yes. At this time of the year, always tend to find it's a quiet season for me because I haven't got a location, an established location where I can
mm,
go and do other things, right?
okay,
So I'm strictly working outdoors at the moment. Now, there are places that I can go and I can hire, like a place like yourself, you do hire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
another place for videos down in Cardiff. There's a big, like, they're massive down there. It's huge. Like, the equipment they got in there, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
the light they got
yeah, man,
is like
yeah,
15 grand, mine, for
yeah.
just the one light. So, I've got those facilities that I can use, but, again, it has to incorporate in the cost and stuff like that, which then
People
obviously my
don't get it.
price,
People
no,
don't get it, man.
obviously my price is my price, but if we are going to a place like that, then I've got to charge extra because we're using those facilities.
Yeah, man. I've had people contact me for work, and they tell me what they want, and I'm like, right, okay, so I know what you think you want, but let me just break it down. Not
Mm,
only what you're asking for, not only the work that is gonna have to go in, the skills that are gonna have to go in to get what you want,
mm,
but each piece of equipment that I'm gonna have to use to get the things that you need to
yeah,
put it together. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, obviously, like where I'm at now, throughout the summer, so active, and I just want to say as well, if anyone is watching this, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to my clients who, like, when there's a lot of clients that are loyal to Formless Films UK, and there's just a lot of new clients coming back and forth and believe in me to produce your work to the best possible quality and out, final production that I can. I just want to say a massive thank you to every one of you that has worked with me. You know, um,
I just need to correct something. People do watch this podcast. They do.
No, no, but obviously, no, not your people. No, not his. But like, if there's anybody of my friends or whatever, like my
Your
clients,
clients,
I'm
yeah.
talking
No,
about, because everyone
I got
does
it,
their own
bro.
thing.
Yeah.
Some people might not sit here for an hour and watch it, so
No,
they might
I
miss it. But if there are people who was watching this moment right now, just want to say a big thank you to you guys.
bro, I get stopped on the street by people that I haven't seen or spoken to for years,
That's crazy.
and they like, oh, I've seen your YouTube stuff, I've seen your podcast stuff.
Yeah,
Keep it up. I'm
yeah,
loving it. I want to see more. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for telling me in person.
Yeah,
But I would have appreciated a comment on the video, like
yeah,
just a like,
yeah.
something. Don't
It's
just ghost me.
no, do you know what I find with that? You know, honestly, like I find with this is a different subject altogether now, but I don't think it's like it's not so much laziness, but you know, it's like me. I watch YouTube and I scroll and scroll and scroll,
Yeah.
and you know, I very rarely, unless I've like it's an artist or something that I'm supporting or whatever, I very rarely like and subscribe to that channel. Unless it's a channel I don't want to lose that channel. You know,
Yeah.
like if I'm watching something, do it like when I'm doing self education
Yeah.
for camera work and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
And
a lot,
it's
you
good.
know,
It's
and yeah,
good.
you know,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
something that's missing that I haven't seen someone else deliver, I'm like, oh, this channel's good. I need to subscribe to this.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't think it's a personal thing with people that they don't want to support or like or comment on your stuff. I
Yeah.
think it's just like a natural, like, you know, like a laziness type of thing. They don't sign into their YouTubes
I'll,
or you know what I mean?
I'll let you in on a little secret. The reason why I'm concentrating on my YouTube content is just it literally what you just said. People don't think to subscribe,
Yeah,
but that also means that they don't think to unsubscribe.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
you see your numbers on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
yeah,
They go up and go down because people,
yeah,
whatever reason, they get upset. They're like, you know what, unfollow.
yeah.
But on YouTube, it's very very different. You might
Yeah,
have
I know, yeah.
I've
Social
you know
media is such an everyday thing for people, I think. And like
yeah
obviously with
yeah
YouTube, it's just a platform you go on to watch something. You know, you
yeah
don't
man.
like Facebook and stuff, you're scrolling down the page like you'll have, you know, a lot of people are having a nose, you
Yeah,
know, and
but
so on
that's
and
what it
so
is.
forth.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you know what I
this
mean?
you need to, so I mean I'm very grateful for all of my subscribers at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, and
You're doing
I
well,
don't,
man. You're doing really well.
I don't mean it in a deceptive way, but I noticed like there are people who have subscribed to me for years and they're
Yeah,
still like checking out my stuff now,
yeah,
despite the fact that we're estranged. You know, we
yeah.
don't, we don't
Yeah,
speak.
well that's it. It's if someone finds it interesting, you know what I mean? Where was we at now before we went into that? Because we was talking about something that it was like the history of
I'm not gonna tell you.
no, we was talking about sorry guys, but we was looking at something.
So we were talking about the whether you see the money in the future
Oh,
of Formless
that
Films,
was
whether
it.
you see
That's it.
growth,
Right.
yeah?
So basically, obviously, the summer I find I'm great. I make them busy, really, really busy. You know, but then in the winter months, it sort of goes a little bit quiet for me, and I know where my gap is to fulfill the quiet areas in my business, and that being would be to have my own photo booth.
Studio man,
Right,
yeah,
studio
yeah, yeah.
booth, right? Maybe I could do a few freestyles there, but I want to try focusing not so much freestyles on the music all the time. I want to focus on doing portrait photography for families and you
Businesses,
know and
yeah,
stuff like that.
man,
So, for
yeah.
example, October comes in, Halloween. It's a time of year people enjoy stuff like everyone gets dressed up and stuff like that. I would have Halloween theme, Christmas theme, Valentine's theme, you know, and so on and so forth. So these little gaps there in my business would be fulfilled by these ideas that I could do. But at the moment, I'm just not in the right
It's
place
a resource and
to
asset, bro.
open
Yeah,
my own
yeah,
place
man.
like that
Yeah,
at this point in time.
yeah.
But that being said, it's there for a future movement. Do you know what I
What
mean?
I've seen from having this place for 11, well, coming up to 12 months now, what I've seen is if it you can't a lot of people argue that, if you open a burger stand and then someone else opens up a burger stand, that you're gonna be competing for customers. And
Yeah,
that's not what I'm seeing with a media studio. I think the
yeah.
city centre needs 4 or 5 more media
There's a
studios.
massive
There's
gap.
so much
There's a
business,
humongous
so much
gap,
business.
right? All over now, not just Newport, mind.
Yeah.
Do you know, like with music studios, recording
Yeah,
audio
man. Yeah,
studios, not
yeah,
just Newport,
yeah.
there is a huge gap in the market for it. Obviously, you know, I'm not too familiar with the audio recording. I have the ear for it, for mix mastering and stuff
That's not
like
to say
that.
someone else doesn't have the skill for it,
No,
you
but
know?
that's what I mean. That's what if
Yeah.
I was to open, I've talked about this before previously with Brogan Livewire, so shouts to Livewire there as well.
Shout out to Brogan,
You
yeah,
know,
man.
and just with myself as well, because I'd like to learn. If I was going to open up a studio, obviously I'd incorporate the head in the business to do this and that, whilst I go out and do what I'm doing. So obviously, Formless Films still would need to operate,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time, I'm quite an independent person, so I would like to be sat there mastering people's vocals and stuff like that as
Oh,
well.
I
You
love
know what
doing
I
it.
mean?
Yeah, I love it, man. You
So
listen the beautiful thing. Like I was editing some work for a client recently.
yeah,
She was a female interviewer, and he was a bit of a tough guy.
okay,
And it was doing the EQ, listening to like the
yeah.
different frequencies in a female voice compared to a male voice.
Oh,
I was fascinated
yeah,
by it,
it's not
bro.
just going in a
Yeah,
studio recording the audio. Someone just slaps a bit of this and that on there. It's a lot to it. You know
there's
what I mean?
science to it, bro. I mean,
Yeah. So,
honestly,
but
man.
obviously at the moment, funding wise, like I said, I've had a knockback now. It's Christmas, so I'm getting married in March next year. So you
Congratulations.
know what I mean?
You've taken the question straight off me, bro. You're looking over at my notepad, didn't you? You can see engagement to fiance, and you just totally
Yeah.
go on. Tell us about your engagement, bro.
Well, we are. So that's a funny story actually, because we've been engaged for like 6 years, I believe. And the most funniest thing was I actually I asked her to marry me, and when we got engaged, was in Newport in a back lane in an alleyway, mind.
Oh, that's romantic. That's
Romantic,
romantic.
right? Because it was like, again, anxiety was getting the better of me. It was like in the middle of town, right, looking around this, everyone looking. I was like, "Hey, get in the alleyway,
Come
on my
here,
knee,
come
on my
here."
knee. Will you marry me in the middle of an alleyway, like? So it took us a long time to actually do it, like take the next step,
Yeah, yeah.
And like we went out, me and my missus, we went out. We had a little get together with the family and stuff. We come home, and I was like, let's do it, like, let's get married. And that was it. That was when the next step was
The
starting to
announcement,
develop
bro.
into
Yeah,
place,
no,
like,
it
and
was
now
yeah.
we've done everything, everything's booked. And yeah, so
When is it? When is
March
the
the 30th it is.
March the 30th,
Next
right?
year now. So not long, 4 or 5 months.
Local or
We're gonna be getting married. We tried to get married in a church, but because
none
we're
of you
not
because none of you attend the church there.
yeah, no, because like obviously I do believe, I am a
Yeah, no,
believer. I am a
I
believer
don't
in the
doubt
Lord,
it. I
right?
don't
I
doubt
am a
it.
believer in the Lord, right?
Yeah.
But
God
I used to
bless.
go to church, when I was younger with my nan and stuff. But it's not something, like, to be honest with you, I don't have time. Like, I really don't, to go to church and dedicate myself to church every Sunday. I
Mm,
really don't.
mm.
So we had tried to approach churches, and they said, because obviously you don't come to church on a regular, blah, blah, blah,
We
blah, blah.
can't trust
We
it. Yeah,
can't,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we've had to obviously take the next step then. We're going to get married in the manor house. We've got the big room, so we can have like a maximum of 60 guests at the wedding, you know. So yeah, don't worry, mate, we'll get you there.
I've got a fire suit,
So
bro.
yeah,
I mean, even if it's not the wedding, just let me
the after thing.
after
Well, at the
party.
moment,
Yeah.
we're in between locations for the after
Open
party.
bar.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're actually trying to plan where to go for that at the moment. So, and then for the getaway in the night, then we're thinking of nothing major, not going away. We're gonna go to like a cabin in the woods,
That's
hot
nice.
tub,
Yeah.
get away from
Yeah.
reality on the mountain, and that's it. That's what we're thinking about.
That'd be
Doing
nice as
nothing
well,
massive,
yeah.
but it's still a date to remember for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
My little sister reminded me last week. She said it was because her birthday is in March. She reminded me that March last year it snowed, so
Mm.
it might be worth taking that into
Yeah,
consideration.
so like
Weather and
we'll have to get the sledges and the skis out.
yeah, man, definitely. No, but congratulations on it. So what is it? Is it just going to be the two of you going away? Just husband and wife,
We
or
don't know at
and
the
then-
moment.
and then-
On the we might have to take the kids with us. But we don't know yet. Like, obviously, I don't want to put it on anyone,
yeah,
to have our kids and stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
another story in itself. Anyway,
No, of
so,
course, mate. Of course. No,
yeah.
that's fantastic. That's cool. Brilliant. So we've covered the history of Formless. We've covered
Well,
the
to a degree.
yeah, we've touched on it. I mean, I'm more than happy to get you in for future episodes again, bro,
Yeah,
and just
cool,
like
man,
cover some
cool.
of stuff. Like you're a diamond guy, dog.
Yeah.
You've
Appreciate it, man.
because obviously, like I said, I made the mistake with the
Yeah.
production last time,
Yeah.
and I refused to get another guest in until I got you in and honored the promises that I made to you
Yeah,
about
it's cool, man. Honestly,
you
you
and
don't have to feel any type of way about it or anything that happens. It's trial and error at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
well, this is the thing. The thing that a lot of people don't understand is, as a media producer, 9 times out of 10, you're behind the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not very often that
No.
you get your chance to be in front of it,
Yeah.
right? To have the content made about you,
Yeah.
right? To boost and promote and
Yeah.
support everything that you're doing. So I couldn't think of anyone else top on my list, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I know politicians and local and pseudo celebrities, and I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
David Inson first, bro. That's it, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate that, bro.
yeah,
Appreciate
cool.
that. I look a bit like a nerd today though, because I've got my glasses on. But
I took
so I'm
mine
a
off.
sufferer, man. I'm a sufferer. No, that's another thing as well with my health mind, right? Everyone, this COVID thing. Honestly, that COVID, right? I had COVID about 2 years ago now, right? And it literally took my eyesight. I can see, right? But you know anything long distant? That's it. Complete blur to me. I cannot see anything. And I used to have banging eyesight as soon as I had that COVID. And they've said to me as well, mind, the hospital and all told me, they
yeah.
said, do you know how many people have had problems with their eyesight since they've had COVID? And I
Yeah,
had it
man.
really bad. And ever since that, I've had all of this deterioration in my health and all. But I will say, about a month ago, before this reflux stuff started again, I was on top of it. I felt brilliant.
Yeah,
I
man.
felt
Going
brilliant. I
in
was in the gym, flat out in the gym and all of that. I've been slacking a little bit lately because it's been busy, but you know, trying to get back to it, start my diet and stuff up again. So I've been eating a bit mad, a little bit of
maybe
this, and
that's
that's
what it
probably
is then.
why. This is probably what's brought it, my condition on again.
I mean
It was self-inflicted, if anything.
the cold weather definitely pushed me off going to the gym. Like I
Oh, it's
I need to get
horrible.
back into
But you
it.
know
You know,
what? When I'm in the gym, the hot weather puts me off when I'm in the gym. Because
interesting.
I sweat so bad in there. And they don't put, come on, Pure Gym. No, you have, right? If you were watching this, Pure Gym, right? I'm telling you now, I can't say nothing now because you have been turning on lately. But why turn it on in the winter? They've had a bit of they've had a refurbishment in there. So they've got lighting and stuff. But if you are watching this, please put the aircon on during the night, please. In the summer, because I swear to God, I can't breathe.
I'm
can't
gonna
breathe.
tag him.
I know it might help, right? It might help for a little bit of weight loss because you're bringing the sweat out the bit. But come on, guys, like, you know what I mean? I'm not like super duper sumo walking through the door, like.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'll tag him. I'll tag him. Brilliant. Right, so we've done 25 minutes. I'm gonna pause it here. We're gonna take a quick little break and then we'll come straight back. Cool. Are you comfortable? Are you happy? You all sorted now?
Yeah.
Yeah, happy days. Right. So, you won't know this because I'm really good at editing, and the break that we've just had will seem like a split second, but really, it was a bit longer than that. We went outside. Either myself or David, I can't remember who. We're not going to point fingers. One of us pulled the door shut behind me, and I didn't have my keys on me. So for the past half an hour or so, we've been locked outside, and I had to call someone with a spare pair of keys to come and let us in. So, yeah, that was quite fun. It was quite fun. It's quite cold outside. We took a walk to the shop and had a chat. That's it. Right, let's jump straight back into it. So you're quite renowned for having a few projects on the go at the same time.
Yes.
It's not just music videos you do.
Nope.
It's not just gym posts you do showing off how buff you are, right?
I'm not anymore.
Well, yeah, never say never. Yeah, I expect there'll be more. But anyway, so some of the projects you've got going on at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Grab the Mic Season 2.
Yeah.
Tell us about
that. Well, Grab the Mic Series 1 started, I believe, back last year during the winter. It was going well. Had a lot of people in the pipeline to come through and do extra episodes as well. Only managed to do 4 episodes because the backdrop that I used for it was a very nice backdrop. You had like the latest bridge that was built in Newport. It's old now, but it was the latest one that they built, the footbridge, which goes over the river.
Oh, the white brick. Yeah.
So I thought, you know, that's a nice backdrop. We had where Friars Walk is as well. They've got like a barrier which was all like it changes the colours of lights.
It used to be really nice.
It was a pretty. I mean, it looked nice in it.
Was
the backdrop
well
was
lit
nice
up.
Pretty.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, started filming. The lights go down. They were flickering. So obviously there was a technical fault with them. I had people contacting me for episodes they want to do Grab the Mic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
listen, I can't
Feature,
put you on
yeah.
at the moment because of the lighting. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go down there and upset myself
Yeah.
by not having the right elements.
It was a production
right?
issue, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously I was putting it off for months. One of the boys down who was like, he bought a beat off me, made the beat for him. He bought the beat. He said, wants to buy a beat off you. I want to do Grab the Mic with it. So, okay, no worries. So he came forward then. He's like, oh, we need to start series 2. We need to start series 2. I said, please just bear with me because it's only been 4 episodes on the first series.
Yeah.
I really don't want to cut it short.
Yeah.
But I have literally waited 8 months. Around about that time, right? 8 months. And those lights haven't been turned back on.
Have you been in touch with the council?
No, I haven't personally been in touch with them. And to be honest with you, they probably just be like, they probably put their nose up at it.
You've definitely made posts about it. You've definitely made a big song and dance about it. I remember seeing back when all this started, causing problems. You were very vocal about how the fact that this.
I don't know if this is going to interfere, but my phone is ringing in my pocket. I put it on airplane mode, guys. I do apologise, but this is like never ending. This is what happens to me all the time. People ring me on blast flat out. So I don't know how it turned off airplane mode, but it's back on airplane mode now. Back to reality.
Big time videographer. So many bookings all the time. Yeah. So much money.
That's not. I don't know what it is, mate.
Brilliant. Cool. So you didn't contact the council directly?
I haven't contacted them directly. You know, I've said on like the Safe Wales Argus pages sometimes about like what's like the problem with Newport or something they might have had as their headline. I've said like, you know, so someone would have been aware of it, and obviously they're aware of it anyway.
Had to have
so,
been,
you know, for 8 months for it to be like that, because, you know, they're trying to like make Newport a better place and look better and stuff. Like, you know, like the purpose of having like Friars Walk and stuff was to make it look a bit more prim and proper, give it a bit of glitz and glamour, like, do you know what I mean? And the light's been down. So I had no choice but to recently create the intro and to start series 2 of the Grab the Mic.
Have you found a new location for it now? Is this what season 2
decided is, due to the fact, obviously, it might not happen again, but due to the fact of what happened last time and the weather that we have during the winter, especially in the UK, it causes problems. So if we were, for instance, we were to do it on top of a car park, if it was raining, you know, if it was cold as well, but cold is wet, you can live with that. But if it's raining, we can't exactly film a series in the rain all the time. You know what I mean? So if it's raining, we can't stay consistent with it. So what I thought is, why don't we do series 2 at a location that the artist wants to choose for themselves? So, for instance, if they wanted to do it outside the leisure centre, their local shop, the same element, the handheld mic, right? I film, but instead of like, you know, those elements we had last time, it can be day or night, whatever the artist wants. I come to them and then I do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? And that's how it's going to be for series 2.
Problem solving, man. That's it.
I think that's
you're
the best
adapting.
way. I've got 2 people who's already said that they want to come on, but I think what I need to do is obviously the birth of series 2 needs to happen for people to see what to expect, and then it's going to entice others to come along. And, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, yeah.
Are you? Well, obviously you said you've had people applying. Who would you want to apply for Grab the Mic? Like if you could name some artists.
Well, it's open to all artists. Now, this is me not hating on anyone, right? but what I've noticed with a lot of like channels and series and things like that, right? Like but all over the UK, I'm noticing artists that are established or to a certain degree have some sort of level of being a musician, if you get what I mean.
Go on, elaborate on it a little bit
more.
So
what I mean is like their talents, their skills, their flows, their lyrics, their concept of being an artist, right? Their image, whatever it is, right? I've noticed with a lot of these like series and stuff, it's always established artists and stuff being put on.
Interesting, right?
So with my series, it doesn't matter if you've been doing lyrics for a month, and your delivery's not great than this, that, and the other, right? This is an opportunity for everyone to get involved. And if established artists want to come on there and they come onto that platform, they might, I don't know if they'd feel a type of way of, you know, they don't want to be in a mix of these lower grade of artists, but I don't look at it like that.
No.
I think
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
do you know, for the lower grade of artists,
Yeah.
to be on the same platform as an established artist is a massive thing for those
Well,
people.
I mean, surely that is how unestablished artists become established. They do pieces of content like
Yeah,
this. They
yeah.
take part in things like
But
grab the
yeah,
mic.
yeah. But what you've got to think is not just like like local now. You're thinking like, if you're thinking proper
Oh,
established artists
national.
now,
Right. Okay.
right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for instance, I don't know. Also, like for me, I would always call like you know, it's going to be people like Wiley and stuff because that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
So for instance, you're not really, if Wiley was to, like, not my channel, for instance,
Yeah.
but if Wiley was to go on like this, a channel of like, he's not going to step on that channel if it's a mixed grade of artists. They would have to be up there like DWE, Skepta, you know,
Oh, right.
these artists.
Okay. Right.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
established
Yeah.
artists to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
fitted within, you know what I mean? So yeah,
only
do you
the
know what I'm
best. Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
Right.
get what I mean? Because obviously, and that's nothing against them, because they,
Yeah.
and against an established artist, because they rate themselves,
Mm.
you know, and you know, yeah. So, but obviously, I'm not gonna be like looking at established artists thinking, oh, I won the best on my channel, you know, I won the growth, I won this and that. It's not for that. This is a platform, and it's very difficult to get people on a platform anyway, right? But this is a platform for everyone,
Mm.
not just certain him and her, and you know, this is for everyone to come and get involved with. Do you know what I mean? And as well as Rep
Only
the Manor as well. I've got another series, Rep the
rep
Manor.
them.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
I've got
I
other
should have mentioned
ideas
that.
for
Yeah.
other series as well in the
Oh,
future.
you're always
you know,
coming up with them, dog.
yeah,
Like
you know what I mean?
someone said to me the other, like I no, what was it? It was a few months ago, no, probably longer than that, and I mentioned, oh, David's got another series out. They were like, oh, another one. I was like, what? Does he do this often? They were like, yeah, he's always starting stuff, and so
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Well, it's
it's
like, you
good.
know, and it with me, it's like, you know, I want to do a million things, but the balance is so difficult. Like, you know, like I haven't been, I think it was like I don't even know when it was now. I know it was cold, so I don't know if it was last winter. It might have been about 8 months ago, 7 months ago. I can't remember. But we started the Abandon Exploring again. But it was born on a
Yeah,
new channel
yeah,
now, so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
explore with forms,
Explore.
you know, on my channel, Man Like Forms, which is consisting of all my gym stuff as well.
Yeah.
And my gym stuff, obviously, I haven't really been active with that either. But like, we've just come out of the summer segment of the year as well, which is the busiest time for me. And like, this is the type of person I am. I've done a track, Roller Coaster, drum and bass, liquid drum and bass track. It was produced by Barty on the buttons, right?
Was this
Or Barty
recently?
on the beat. I can't remember now. Barty it is. No, it was a long time ago. I went out, brilliant producer. We've had radio play up country and stuff with this track. Now, I went out, I planned to do my video. I've been to Barry, a bit of beach vibes.
Yeah.
You know, I've been Ogmore. We went down Ogmore. We had like a fire party in the night. We set a little fire up, barbecue and everything else. Got loads of different elements in there. And you know how dedicated I am to my clients and my other people.
Oh, right.
I haven't
Yeah,
even finished my own video,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
over a year
yeah,
ago I
yeah.
started that video.
Yeah.
So this is why if someone asks me about music, I'm like, oh, I'm semi-retired.
Yeah.
You know, I still spray bars, like, yeah. But like, it's got to a point now where obviously, you know, I'm always going to put my clients first anyway, but I do have to breathe and have my own time to breathe as well, because I've got so many ideas in the background, not just for like my clients and videography, photography for people, but content for my own stuff. Like I said, like for Man Like Forms channel.
Your long-term stuff,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, man.
And this is another thing like we want to touch on as well, starting a new crew of artists next year, coming back and being active with music. Okay, it's not going to be as consistent as I was, because I've got other things to balance in between when I was spitting my lyrics and putting music out there.
Yeah.
But I want to start, I really, really want to start like a music crew. Now, I think obviously back in the day, it was all about crews. You had Nasty Crew, Roll Deep, you know, it was all of this, like, you know, obviously there's loads of other ones, but
Strength
like
in
Stay
Numbers.
Fresh, you know, there was loads, like, and obviously this day and age, things change. Obviously, you know, the era of music have changed and stuff like that. But when I put the post out, I had people really interested, Cardiff MCs, Newport MCs, very, very interested in becoming part of my crew. right? As crew of artists. And what it does, it brings people together, you know, and the benefits that the artists will get from it as well. Like if we put shows and stuff on, you know, it's recognition for them as well. And, you know, again, it just brings people together.
Shares
You know,
resources,
yeah,
man.
and you know, like back in the day when there was crews, like Roll Deep and stuff like that, it helps me to remember the individual members, even like Devious Crew and stuff in Newport, right? It helps me remember the individual artists within those crews.
Them being in the crew.
Do you know when they were in a crew?
So
You remember Devious Crew, or you remember Roll Deep, and then see like Roll Deep, you start nitpicking at the artists in there. You know, you can start picking, and like it helps me remember those artists' names rather than like I don't know if it works the same for everyone else. Yeah,
right,
do you know what I mean?
okay,
Just like say like it was an independent artist,
interesting.
even though they're not active anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but I still
yeah.
remember like Scratchy and you know different ones. Like, obviously, Target was in there, but he's become DJ Target now.
Right.
Runs the rap game and stuff like that. Like big ups to Benny Flows as well. He's this year in the rap game representing Wales, and I swear I'm really buzzing for him, man. Gas for that. Sick.
Happy days.
But yeah.
You obviously you're very passionate about it, though. Like obviously, and I think that I think one of the main messages that's coming across is you've got so much enthusiasm and passion to create stuff, get stuff done, build stuff, produce stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like you're getting the support from people. It seems like there's a lot of people who are kind of half in, half out. Are you prepared to kind of go it on your own without help from anyone, or is it you depend on that kind of community engagement kind of?
Well, obviously, you know, certain things like, you know, I'm independent anyway, so I take certain routes on my own anyway.
As a video
But,
producer,
you
as
know,
a videographer, you definitely are, man.
but you know, obviously, no matter what, to grow and to be like to see success in others, like that's what you know, like my platform is there for others. You know, is to give someone a platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to charge, but I reduce my prices a lot.
Mm.
Like you know, to have a video to come onto my platform will cost you half the amount that it would cost for an independent thing to put on their own channel because you know at the end of the day, you know, it's building a platform which I'm running. If you get what I mean,
everybody wins. Everybody
so
wins.
you know,
yeah,
so obviously I have to. Obviously, I'm not going to charge them full amount to like, especially with like the subscriptions, like the number of subscribers that I have, the engagement that the channel's getting at the moment. Obviously, we can dream big. I hope, we really hope, right? We could get 1 million subscribers because, and not even for my benefits,
I'd love that,
not
man.
even for my benefits. But you know how happy it would be if someone could go, boom, put something on my channel because I know like GRM Daily and stuff, right? They got massive following. Do you know it costs like 700 quid to upload to that? I would never charge these people to upload to my channel.
What if you have to? What if you have to?
Maybe one day I might have to, but I'm not going to go charging those amounts. Even if I had 5 million subscribers and they were getting 100,000 plus views every video. You know what I mean? Obviously, you've built that, but I'm not that guy. I'm not going to charge them that. I would be like, listen. You know, I'd probably charge for the time because I would be busy uploading. I'd charge maybe like, you know, £25 just to upload and get it all in place and everything else. And, you know what I mean? I'm not greedy like that.
No,
you know I
mean? I've seen people try and do things for completely free.
Yeah, but
like
you know, like
they try doing the community stuff like you're doing. The you know, working together, the group stuff, and it always falls apart in the long run because there's no money coming into it. And so even myself, I am very private and independent with my stuff. Like if I can't cover my costs by myself, it's not happening. So I'm more than happy to work with people. But if it becomes a point of like I'm doing all of the work and they want, you know, half the credit, I've still got that kind of leverage and control and you know, I say, well sorry, you're not pulling your weight. And so it does make me seem a bit harsh to a lot of people, but I get it.
Course, but you join me.
That's where I stand on it, man.
Yeah, of course. But like, you know, the only reason why it would push me to charge is if it was taking up time of my other time where I could be charging.
You said it does, man. You said that you've already, you know, you're already pushing back your personal stuff. Because you're getting out. You know, people are applying for stuff. And just,
but I don't mind that because I'm building portfolio. You know, I'm taking a wage. you know, and the business is growing. So I'm happy enough to take my losses
Yeah.
to see my business grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can sit there and be an artist and be, you know, I might make a few quid and stuff off Spotify and stuff, you know, get a bit of reputation, enjoy what I'm doing
Yeah.
because I enjoy doing it. But it's not just about me either. I wanted to build Formless Films, right, in the hopes that one day when I've spread my wings, it's still active and my kids can take on that as so they're not stuck in a 9
That's
to 5 in a
awesome,
factory.
man. That's
So I
so
mean
cool.
that is my dream for my business is success. Obviously, it's not as successful as it could be right now because, like we spoke about, I'm lacking certain things.
Yeah.
To expand.
I don't have any doubt in you at all, mate. I've got complete faith.
You
Right.
get me?
Grab the mic.
Yeah.
Series 2 is coming. You've got stuff going on. It's essentially a case of if
Yeah.
an artist wants to do it,
Just hit me up.
just
hit me up.
hit you up.
Yeah.
The other thing that you've got going on at the moment, £5 munch.
Yeah.
Right.
£5 munch down safe.
£5 munch down south.
Yeah.
Right. So when we've already discussed this and you've already explained it to me, but I have to explain it again. So every time I've seen the title, right, you've put it in words, right?
Yeah.
So it's FIVEPOUND
Yeah.
munch. And so reading it, I could never tell. Is it pound the weight or is it pound the currency? Like how
It's obviously pound the currency,
Right,
so
yeah,
it's £5,
yeah.
£5, whatever. But obviously £5 munch. I'll tell you where it come from. It was inspired by I can't even remember now, but it was on like Grime Report TV. It might have been right, which was I think it was like London based. A guy was going around with like Big Nasty, you know, quite a big artist and stuff. He was going around
Yeah.
the shop and he was doing a £5 munch with them.
Yeah.
So the idea of it actually was born
yeah.
from someone else, right? And me and my mate the one night, he was like, I don't know where it come about. We went in a shop to do a £5 munch and I'd done he filmed me on his iPhone.
Yeah.
And it was funny,
Yeah.
right? I put it on my YouTube and stuff, right? And then the funniest thing was I was walking through town, right? Through Newport town. Yo! And it didn't recognise me for being an artist at the time.
Right.
Yo! It's the £5 munch, man.
Yo.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was like, you do know I spit lyrics, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you know, I had a few different, I think it was like Taka, Trims. He used to be an artist, so I thought I'd incorporate him in. Misfit as well, David
Oh,
Taylor.
yeah,
He
yeah,
come
yeah,
in and done
yeah.
it as well. But obviously, it's going back now when I didn't really have a clue about like the media side of things, and you know, it was just something to do. Like obviously, this time it's a lot more serious. I've got like better editing skills. The quality is better. You know, obviously, I've got a mic now, an external mic and stuff that
You're more
goes with my
mature,
camera
you're more
and stuff.
sophisticated.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
higher
So
quality
yeah,
content,
so
yeah.
and to be honest with you, like, you know, what I haven't is like it's £5 munch down south for a reason, because obviously the old one was £5 munch and that was just strictly £5 munch. This one is down south for a reason because we're in South Wales
representing the
and we're
South,
going to
yeah.
be doing
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Wales
yeah.
based artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We filmed ABM for the first one.
ABM,
I had the laugh like with ABM.
Biggie,
Filmed the second episode yesterday. I'm not going to disclose the artist's name just in case this is released before that is. But yeah, we killed two birds with one stone basically yesterday. We filmed a freestyle video. I said, let's come and do a £5 munch.
What is the concept, the £5 munch? Because I seen Biggie's video and it was on mute at the time. Like I was listening to something else and I was like, oh, I'll watch it, see if I get it. And all I seen was like he went into a shop, had a bunch of like he just came out with so much stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch this again. But now that you're here, tell me like what is.
Well, basically, what we do is, you can go to any shop you want.
Right, any shop
you want, as long as we've got permission that we can film in there.
Right.
But me personally, I would rather the artist or the DJ or the producer, because it's based on musicians.
Right.
Right. So it's based on musicians who's related, who have some sort of input with music.
Yeah.
That's what the platform is for.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'd rather they choose like their local shop. So they'd fit like they go in there, yes, boss, man. Do you know what I mean? They recognise, do you know what I mean? Sort of thing.
I got a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
What's going on?
So basically we go outside, we introduce £5 munch down south. This is who's coming on. I give them the £5.
Right.
We go in the shop.
Yeah.
Now their task is to try and get, obviously you can go in there if you like, you know, you go in there, you can pick random stuff if you want, but
Yeah.
try and show the people, like your fans or whatever,
Yeah.
what you would actually go in the shop and buy with your £5. So whatever your £5 munch would actually be. So if, I don't know, if you buy like Quavers, a Lucozade, you know, go in there and get your regular stuff you get, right? So these people can see what your £5 munch is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the task of it is, if you do the math in your head and you add it up in your head, that's fair enough. But don't tell the camera, don't tell me. And then what happens is, and what tends to happen is, people go over budget, like Biggie went over budget, like over double. Yeah, over double. So what he then had to do was put it back and try and get it as close to that fiver
Oh,
under the
right.
fiver
Okay,
as,
so
or
right.
bang on a fiver as you can.
Okay.
The best way to do it, guys, now this is a bit of a trick for you. Best way to do it is go in a shop, pick penged items and just pick 5 of them and you're smacking a fiver.
No,
You
you
got no
sporting there,
embarrassment.
die.
You ain't got no
Sporting there,
embarrassment.
die.
Innit?
Oh my days. Right.
yeah.
So the
So it's comedy, it's comment, it like it, you know,
it's entertainment.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's entertainment,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
The part that I was interested in is when I thought it was £5, as in like the weight. That's like
Yeah.
that's a little over 2 kilos. It's 2 kilos
Okay.
and a quarter.
Okay.
And 2 kilos of food. It's a lot of food, bro. And so when I was seeing it, I was like, oh my days, should I?
No, that is completely mad. That'd be a mad twist to it.
I thought it was
Yeah.
some sort of like man versus food, like £5
Yeah.
months down. I was like, oh my days.
No, that would be funny, actually. That would be funny. But no, it is £5 sterling. So yeah.
Wow, crazy, man. Cool. Okay, so grab the mic, £5 munch. I think I've asked everything that I want to ask in this interview. I mean, this interview has gone so much better than you know.
Well, I know we were going to touch on a few things. We were going to touch on the fact of obviously, you know, where I've been doing business and stuff, and you know, some people expect things for nothing and so on and so
okay.
forth. We were
So
going to touch on that.
the economy of being a media producer, a video videographer.
Yeah.
So I'm, yeah, okay.
And I know you can relate to it, some of that as well.
I can relate to it. Like, obviously, anyone who's followed my posts on social media recently, I've had a really, really successful meeting with a local organization, and so my rates that I usually charge were £25 an hour. But I'm in a position now where, because of this organization, I can charge twice as much. I can charge, but that is only in that instance. Like, you know, my rates, just like everything, are going to fluctuate. I've seen on your socials as well, like mention, you know, comments and posts and stuff saying that, you know, the work that you're doing, you're not receiving the respect it deserves. And not only that, it's if you're not receiving the respect for it, you're most certainly not receiving the money for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to go into that.
Yeah, well, we haven't got long, I don't think, but
we got time, bro.
if
It's
we
fine.
give
It's
it a
good.
little
It's
minute.
good. It's good.
So basically, you know, obviously the rates that I do for the quality that I'm putting out, I think are really, really, really good rates.
They absolutely are.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I find is, like, a lot of people that I've worked with or approach me for work, not necessarily certain individuals, whatever. It's a lot. There's a lot of it that goes on.
No naming, no names.
There's a lot.
I've gone through it myself.
There's a lot that goes
on,
right? So they'll hit me up for a video. I'll tell them, you know, we can do this price. For instance, if it's a new client, because you're a new client, we're going to give you a new client discount. You know,
ease you into it, yeah, man.
And then what I get is, you know, and I get it. Like, if people can't afford it, you can't afford it, and I get that, and I'm not knocking anybody for that.
No,
I'll look after you as much as I can.
Yeah.
But what happens is, it's like the watering down. Oh, can we take this off? Can we do this? And blah, 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 and all the way down. And I can't go lower than a certain amount or whatever.
The bare minimum.
You know, do you know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah.
even then, like, it's just like, I feel like I'm really underselling myself all the time. And I think even at the prices that I'm giving now, it's underselling myself. And what I feel with a lot of it is that I feel quite insulted by it, like, you know what I mean? Because you get so many people saying, oh my God, your work's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, you know,
follow it up.
But then you go on, like, you know what I mean? It's like you can't go into Tesco's and get a Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
For what you want to pay for.
Say the Coca-Cola bottle's £2. if you want that quality, you're paying that £2 and less is
Yeah.
on offer. You're not gonna go in there and
And start haggling,
you know,
like,
and then
you know?
and what? No, you can't haggle, and you can't go in there and then, you know, say you want to go in there and pay for an economy bottle, but you want the better one. You've got to settle for that economy one.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
And that's
got it.
nothing against anyone. You know what I mean? It's just something that happens, you know. And I think that a lot of people go through that, like yourself, you know, and that's just something that comes with the job. It's the element
This
of it. But what my point of it is, you know, the amount of work and education that I have taught myself, and from coming from the ground up, you know, I pay for like my subscriptions, I pay for my like my software, you know, my laptop. You know, I've had to not just go and buy a laptop, mind. I had to learn about the specs of the laptop and to be able to run
Yeah.
4K and
Yeah.
to stack and edit and do the
Yeah.
things that I do, enable for it to run and not buffer. You know what I mean? It still buffers now to a degree.
My music license ran out last week, and
Yeah,
it costs about £500 a year.
that's
And
crazy.
the problem is like literally the 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 day before it ran out, I had finished editing a bunch of videos for a client,
Yeah,
and the work was worth about £300 worth of stuff.
yeah,
And the problem was because this license that was £500 ran out, right? Even though I had finished editing the videos before the license ran out,
yeah.
I couldn't publish those videos. No one could
No,
publish those
no,
videos
because you've no longer got a
because the
license.
license was run out.
Yeah,
And so now I'm in the process. I mean, I've been in touch with them. I've brought the price back down because what I was paying for was a bigger package than what I need now.
okay.
So they've brought the price down again. But again, I'm not going to renew that license yet
Yeah,
because there's other costs going on.
yeah,
You know, I have a life just like you have a
yeah,
life,
yeah,
just like, you know, you've got normal expenses like everyone else. And
yeah,
so, you know, this client now doesn't get their content until my license is paid, and I'm not able to renew my license until I get paid,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so,
Oh, it's vicious. It's a vicious game financially.
cool. Okay. So we're gonna draw the podcast to a close here. Any final remarks, Dave?
I think we pretty much covered everything. Few things. Maybe you can get me in again. We'll cover
Definitely gonna get
some
you in
different
a yes,
things.
bro. Yeah, no,
But yeah, man,
absolutely,
I just what
absolutely.
all I want to say really is just shouts to everyone doing their thing, whether it's music related or just anything in general.
Yeah.
You're trying to pursue a dream, you know. Just yeah, just a massive shout out to you guys. Just keep grinding, man. There's light at the end of every tunnel.
What's the
You know.
what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, either to support your content
Just
or to?
yeah, just either hit me up on my socials, obviously David Inson, and in brackets it'll be Formless or Formless Films UK, I think, on Facebook, and then for Instagram, it will be Formless Films UK. So yeah, I do have other platforms and different channels as well,
But
but that is my
those
main
are your
one.
main
If
ones.
you
Cool.
contact me on my
Right.
main one, then
Happy
yeah.
days. All right. Well, thank you, Dave. You've been an absolutely fantastic guest.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. Right. We're gonna wrap it up here. If you want to check me out on Patreon, I've got a minimum subscription of $3. So that'll really help me get these productions done. www.patreon.com/thesunny. If you go to either my Instagram or my X, which was recently Twitter, you can see my link tree where you can sign up to my mailing list and get notifications for when these things are published. And you can also find links to my YouTube channel, which is where this video is going to be. If I manage to resubscribe to my podcasting distributors, you'll hear the podcast on Apple and Spotify as well.
Yeah, buddy.
But that's it from us. Yeah. Peace.
Peace.